This may have been one of the most talked about fights in recent boxing history, but when you break it down and look at both fighters individually, the truth is simple: it just wasn't their night. The fight lacked excitement, and it didn't live up to the massive expectations surrounding it. Jake Paul believed he could beat Anthony Joshua. Instead, he found himself learning the hardest lesson boxing can teach, standing on the other side of elite heavyweight power with a broken jaw. He'll heal physically, but what happened in that ring was a wake-up call. What we witnessed was Jake Paul discovering that there are levels to this sport. Anthony Joshua didn't deliver the most spectacular performance of his career, but he did exactly what he needed to do. He protected boxing's credibility, handled his business, and reminded everyone why experience at the highest level matters. The moment Jake Paul hit the canvas, the internet exploded. Social media erupted instantly, and attention quickly turned to UFC president Dana White. White, who has spent years dismissing Jake Paul as a manufactured boxer, didn't need to say much. His reaction, a knowing smirk and blunt comments, said it all. The collision between real heavyweight power and YouTube hype had finally happened, and millions were watching. Early in the fight, Jake Paul showed movement and survival instincts. He had moments where he avoided damage, but in boxing, getting caught is getting caught. Whether it was age, timing, or experience, once Anthony Joshua found the opening, the outcome became inevitable. In the 6th round, Joshua brutally stopped Paul, sending him to the hospital with a broken jaw fractured in 2 places. The injuries were serious enough to require surgery, titanium plates, and dental work. This wasn't just a loss, it was a harsh reminder of the dangers at the elite level. Reports suggested Joshua was actually relieved the damage wasn't worse. When you're a heavyweight, there's always the fear that one punch can permanently change someone's life. Promoters, commissions, and officials were reportedly breathing a sigh of relief that the fight didn't end more disastrously. While the bout was officially sanctioned as a professional boxing match, many analysts argued it felt more like an event than a true competitive contest. Some even said that if they were in Joshua's position, they wouldn't want this fight on their professional record. Comparisons were drawn to Tommy Fury, who defeated Jake Paul but remains far from British title level. The comparison only reinforced the point: social media popularity and elite boxing credentials are 2 very different things. Dana White had called the fight a bad idea from the start, yet acknowledged that fans tuned in hoping to see Jake Paul finally get stopped. That, ultimately, is exactly what happened. Several analysts described the entire build-up as a Tom and Jerry show. Jake Paul played the loud, provocative role, while Anthony Joshua stayed calm, calculated, and patient. When the bell rang, the comedy ended quickly. Joshua's power, timing, and ring IQ overwhelmed Paul, surprising casual fans but not serious boxing observers. To Jake Paul's credit, he showed heart. He survived punches that have dropped seasoned heavyweights, and his toughness can't be questioned. But heart alone isn't enough at this level. Skill, experience, and discipline matter, and that gap was obvious. Legendary trainer Teddy Atlas even suggested Jake's only possible path to victory would have been constant movement and avoidance, not pretty boxing, but survival tactics. Still, against a heavyweight like Joshua, that strategy can only last so long before a punch lands. The fight, promoted as Judgment Day, was scheduled for 8 rounds. Joshua entered with a massive size and experience advantage. After tentative early rounds, Joshua took control in the 5th, dropping Paul multiple times before finishing him with a crushing right hand early in the 6th. Anthony Joshua improved his professional record, while Jake Paul suffered the 2nd loss of his boxing career. Former UFC champion Daniel Cormier summed it up best: there was never a realistic scenario where Jake Paul could beat Anthony Joshua. Logan Paul later claimed his brother won several early rounds and praised his courage. And while bravery deserves respect, bravery alone doesn't equal greatness. Former champions like Carl Froch criticized the matchup, arguing that celebrity crossover fights damage boxing's integrity. Gareth A. Davies raised serious safety concerns, pointing to the weight difference, experience gap, and danger of sanctioning such a contest. In the end, Jake Paul earned respect for stepping into the ring. But boxing made its stance clear once again. Courage can get you into the ring, only skill keeps you there. Now the question remains, was this a fair fight, a spectacle, or a defining moment in combat sports history? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Boxing glove fire.